Hi. As promised, I'm going to read you a story today. This one's called The Big Smelly Bear. P.U. The Big Smelly Bear. The author's name, remember that's the person who writes the story. Her name is Britta Teckentrup. Teckentrup. All right, The Big Smelly Bear. Look how adorable that face is. I think that face would be pretty easy to draw, don't you? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. I'm in our library. I wish you were here with me. Here we go. Ready? All right. Big smelly bear never washed. Big smelly bear never brushed. Big smelly bear never took a bath. Big smelly bear was followed by a big smelly stink wherever he went. Flies buzzed all around him, but they were the only ones that ever came close. When the animals in the forest got a whiff of Big Smelly Bear, they ran away as quickly as they could. None of this seemed to bother Big Smelly Bear, but sometimes he did think that it would be really nice to have a friend. Then one morning everything changed. Big Smelly Bear woke up with the most terrible itch. He tried to scratch his back with his paw, but he couldn't reach. He tried rolling on the ground in the dirt, but that didn't stop the itching either. Big Smelly Bear was itchier and dustier than ever. He tried scratching his back with a tree branch, but that made the itch even itchier. He tried rubbing his back against the trunk of an old tree, but that didn't help at all. "I would scratch your back for you," said a voice from above, "but you are much too smelly." Big Smelly Bear looked up and saw a big fluffy bear sitting in some branches. Big Fluffy Bear smiled at Big Smelly Bear. Why don't you take a bath?" asked Big Fluffy Bear. "Then you wouldn't itch or smell." Because I don't need a bath," replied Big Smelly Bear. Yes, you do," said Big Fluffy Bear. No, I don't," said Big Smelly Bear. "Yes, you do," growled Big Fluffy Bear. No, I don't," growled Big Smelly Bear back. "Yes, you do," cried Big Fluffy Bear. "No, I don't," shouted Big Smelly Bear. "Yes, you do," shouted Big Fluffy Bear, "because you stink." Both big bears sat quietly for a minute. Then Big Smelly Bear sighed a big sigh. "Oh, all right," he said, and he stomped off grumpily down the hill to the pond. When Big Smelly Bear got out of the pond, he shook the water from his big body. Big Fluffy Bear jumped down from the tree and sniffed. "There," she said, "that's much better. Now you smell all clean." And she scratched his back for him. The itch was gone. Big Smelly Bear sighed. "Thank you," he said. And then he gave Big Fluffy Bear's back a little scratch, too. "I'm not going to take any more baths," said Big Smelly Bear. Big Fluffy Bear smiled, and the two big bears had a little bear hug. Big Smelly Bear liked Big Fluffy Bear very much. Even though he said that he would never bathe again, sometimes, late at night, he would wander down to the big pond. And can you guess what he was doing? Boys and girls, we are very smart. Can we see what he's doing? What is that? That's like a scrub brush, right? The end. That's a good story. I hope that you like that one. I'm going to read you one more bear story. I like bear stories. It's like bear season to me because we're going into hibernation mode. So I'm always thinking about bears. This is a cute story about blueberries. Blueberries for Sal. This is Sal. Look, this book has an award. This is a Caldecott Award medal. And this silver medal means that it wasn't a great big winner, but that's okay. You don't always have to be a great big winner. This was a runner-up. And it means because it has beautiful illustrations with a great story to go along with it. Okay, here we go. Blueberries for Sal by Robert McCloskey. Look, no color, right? That's pretty cool, but lots to see. Lots to see here. This is Sal, and this is Sal's mother. And their house looks very different from ours. This is their cook stove, right? Our stoves don't look like that, right? This means that this story takes place a long time ago. Okay, let's get going. Here we go. One day, little Sal went with her mother to Blueberry Hill to pick blueberries. Little Sal brought along her small tin pail, and her mother brought her large tin pail to put berries in. "We will take our berries home and can them," said her mother. "Then we will have food for the winter." Little Sal picked 3 berries and dropped them in her little tin pail. Kerplink, kerplunk, kerplunk. She picked 3 more berries and she ate them. Then she picked more berries and dropped 1 in the pail. Kerplunk. And the rest she ate. Then little Sal ate all 4 blueberries right from her pail. I love that word, kerplunk. You know, like when you drop something and it makes a sound, it goes plunk. Kerplunk. That's a good word. Her mother walked slowly through the bushes, picking blueberries as she went and putting them in her pail. Little Sal struggled along behind, picking blueberries and eating every single one. Notice the hill, boys and girls. Here's little Sal going up the hill. Here's Mother. Here's the top of the hill. And all wild blueberries. Little Sal hurried ahead and dropped a blueberry in her mother's pail. It didn't sound kerplink, because the bottom of the pail was already covered with berries. She reached down inside to get her berry back. Though she really didn't mean to, she pulled out a large handful because there were so many blueberries right up close to the one that she had put in. Her mother stopped picking and said, "Now, Sal, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to take her berries home and can them for the next winter." Canning them means that they're going to put them away for the winter. So there's a process that you go through, and then you put them away so that you can have them for much later. Her mother went back to her picking, but little Sal, because her feet were tired of standing and walking, sat down in the middle of a large clump of bushes, and she ate blueberries. On the other side of Blueberry Hill, Little Bear came with his mother to eat blueberries. "Little Bear," she said, "eat lots of berries and grow big and fat. We must store up food for the long, cold winter." Little Bear followed behind his mother as she walked slowly through the bushes, eating the berries. Little Bear stopped now and then to eat berries. Then he had to hustle along to catch up. Hustle means to go fast. Because his feet were tired of hustling, he picked out a large clump of bushes and he sat down right in the middle and he ate blueberries. Over on the other side of the hill, little Sal ate all of the berries that she could reach from where she was sitting. Then she started out to find her mother. She heard a noise from around a rock and she thought, "Is that my mother walking along?" Uh-oh. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? But it was a mother crow and her children, and they stopped eating berries and they flew away saying, "Caw, caw, caw." Then she heard another noise in the bushes and she thought, "That is surely my mother and I will go that way." Dun, dun, dun. But it was Little Bear's mother instead. She was trampling along, eating berries and thinking about storing up food for the winter. Little Sal tramped right along behind. Uh-oh. By this time, Little Bear had eaten all the berries that he could reach without moving from his clump of bushes. Then he hustled off to catch up with his mother. He hunted and he hunted, but his mother was nowhere to be seen. He heard a noise from over a stump and he thought, "That is my mother walking along." But it was a mother partridge and her children. Those are a type of bird. They stopped eating berries and they hurried away. And then he heard a noise in the bushes and he thought to himself, "That is surely my mother and I will hustle that way." Hustle, there's that word again. It means to move fast. But it was little Sal's mother instead. She was walking along, picking berries and thinking about canning them for the next winter. Little Bear hustled right along behind. Here's Little Bear and Sal's mother. Uh-oh, our mothers have gotten mixed up. Little Bear and Little Sal's mother and Little Sal and Little Bear's mother were all mixed up with each other among the blueberries on Blueberry Hill. Here's Little Sal's mother and Little Bear. Here's Little Sal and Little Bear's big mama. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Little Bear's mother heard Sal walking along behind and thought it was Little Bear, and she said, "Little Bear, munch, 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 eat all that you, goop, 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 can possibly hold. Swallow." Little Sal said nothing. She picked 3 berries and dropped them, kerplink, kerplank, kerplunk, in her small tin pail. Little Bear's mother turned around to see what on earth could make such a noise like kaplunk. "Humph!" she cried, choking on a mouthful of berries. "This is not my child. Where is Little Bear?" She took one good look and backed away. She was old enough to be shy of people, even a very small person like Little Sal. Then she turned around and she walked off very fast to hunt for her Little Bear. I see 3 tiny little blueberries in there. 1, 2, 3. Little Sal's mother heard Little Bear tramping along behind and thought it was Little Sal. She kept right on picking and thinking about canning berries for the next winter. Little Bear padded up and peeked into her pail. Of course, he only wanted to taste a few of what was inside, but there were so many, and they were so close together that he tasted a tremendous mouthful by mistake. "Now, Sal," said Little Sal's mother without turning around, "you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to can these for next winter." Little Bear tasted another tremendous mouthful and almost spilled the entire pail of blueberries. Little Sal's mother turned around and gasped, "Ah, my goodness, you are not Little Sal. Where, oh, where is my child?" Little Bear just sat munching and swallowing and licking his lips. Little Sal's mother slowly backed away. She was old enough to be shy of bears, even very small bears like Little Bear. Then she turned and she walked away quickly to look for her little Sal. She hadn't gone very far before she heard a kaplink, kaplink, kerplunk. She knew just what had made that kind of noise. Little Bear's mother had not hunted very long before she heard a hustling sound that stopped now and then to munch and to swallow. She knew just what made that kind of noise. Little Bear and his mother went home down one side of Blueberry Hill, eating blueberries all the way, full of food stored up for next winter. And little Sal and her mother went down the other side of Blueberry Hill, picking berries all the way, and they drove home with food to can for next winter. A whole pail of blueberries and 3 more besides. You see their cars down here on the bottom of the hill? So walking all over the hill today, picking blueberries. The end. How about that? The end. That came up kind of sudden. Both mamas got what they wanted. Both babies did too. Little Sal got what she wanted, and Little Bear got what he wanted. So it was a good day for everybody with their full bellies and for blueberries for winter. I hope that you liked this story. Today was a bear kind of day, right? All right, I will see you next time, and it's always so good to see you on the playground. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.